Hello, hello, hello. Top of the morning, evening, afternoon, and good night to one and all. It is hi. I'm gonna bring it.
Hi.
I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit. I feel like I'm peaking a little high. Yep, there we go. I do apologize for the wind for whatever reason. I'm just not gonna filter that out during this live. Do you guys hear it?
No, unless you're.
Okay.
What'd you say, Jordan?
It's to me it's not peaking, but I've been wrong before.
Right now, not peaking. Do you hear the wind?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Completely?
Okay, let me just check one more thing. Let me pull up my
I
apogee.
feel like I need a necklace. I feel like I got a neck for a necklace.
Does
A
that require a
choker?
special kind of neck?
No, like I my favorite type of jewelry is like the dainty jewelry, and like the little tiny chain with like a little tiny pendant. I feel like that's so like classy. Like I'm a classy lady. Like if you wear bulky jewelry, like you're just a hoe. You know, like you. Oh, I know you got that from like paparazzi for $5. Like, but like the little tiny necklaces, they either got it from Shein or they got it from K Jewelers. You never know. So it's like a good medium.
I feel
So
a hint
more
coming
modern.
coming on Jay for Christmas and New
Oh,
Ain't a
Year.
hint for me. No, you know
you
what this
know,
bitch is getting for Christmas? A vacuum. That's what she's getting.
Oh, nice.
really?
Something, either a vacuum or a feather duster.
I
I mean,
would
Not
something
gonna
that is.
love
lie.
a
I
vacuum.
really do want a vacuum.
You have a Meadly downstairs. What do you need another vacuum
The
for?
the problem, the problem is that our vacuum, number one, has a cord. Number two, it lives upstairs. So every time I need it, I gotta go upstairs, carry it downstairs, and I dropped it down the stairs that one time. And like, if I had a vacuum that didn't have a cord, downstairs vacuuming so much faster because I could just boom, 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 boom. You know, I could just boom, 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 boom all around the house, boom, 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 because there's no cord restricting me, restricting my accesses of vacuums. You know, so like I vacuum, 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 then it's like, oop, you pulled out the cord. And I'm like, ah, and then I got to take the cord, I got to go put it in somewhere else, and then I got to keep vacuuming. If I didn't have a cord, think of possibilities.
Breathe in, breathe out.
So you want a wireless vacuum?
I want a wireless vacuum.
The amount of human sacrifice I would do to have your level of energy in the morning. You have no idea.
You don't want that, bro. You're gonna get punched
Oh,
in the
I
face
want
by.
that.
No, you don't, because all the people around you that love you will want to punch you in your fucking face.
So,
So until they do, I'm not
Yeah.
experiencing any downfalls.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Matthew. Take it away, Brie. What do
thank
you
you,
got
Jordan.
today?
Thank you, Matthew. I signed up for the Melee, um, like Black Friday sales. You know, because I was like, ooh, if it's like 50% off, I'll bring it up to Jay that we should get a second vacuum. They had 30% off of select models. You know what models it was? None of them were cordless. So it
You
was
have a vacuum now and you barely use it. Having a second vacuum would barely use the other one. So now,
if it was downstairs, it would and cordless. What? So
first
much
off,
freaking
hold
easier. Think
on.
of
Do
all
you
the
wait?
vacuum
What?
possibilities.
First off, a cordless vacuum that you're looking for, I'm pretty sure, is called a shop vac. That does not have an attachment for carpet, number one. Number two, any type of wireless vacuum is not going to have the best battery life. Even if you were to use, let's say, the DeWalt 9 volt, if DeWalt made a residential vacuum for a house, it would maybe last 20 minutes. Maybe. I
One
So,
room.
Dyson.
It's a good.
Melee vacuums have up to a 2-hour runtime. What?
Horse shit.
What?
Horse shit. Yeah, maybe 2 hour runtime of on the lowest setting, not moving, not. Yeah, that's how you get 2 hour runtime.
They just left it on low and see when it died. They just left it in the corner.
Yeah, that's
it's
not.
It's a
Thank
good
you, God,
backup.
that.
No, it's
Yeah,
a
but
good backup. If you use your usual corded vacuum cleaner, and you spill something or whatever, you just take that.
Sure.
Okay.
That's it.
Or when you go, somebody comes in and there's something on the floor, Sandra, you just quickly pick that up and do that. But to do your entire house with it, not as
Yeah, there's no
powerful.
way.
Cordless vacuums.
It's doing something to Brie. I don't know what it is, but it's doing something.
Well, there's
Sometimes there's like some crumbs on the floor because when we bread chicken, you can't control where the breadcrumbs go, so they end up on the ground sometimes. And I'm like, if I only had a cordless vacuum, because going upstairs and coming all the way downstairs for these couple little crumbs is
You know
silly.
what we have in this
Then I
house?
get a dustpan and I go like.
Hold on.
this,
You know what
and
we
I'm
have in this house? We have something that is essentially cordless. It's a tube. We have no.
I
Wait,
don't
no.
wanna be
Listen.
tethered.
Shh. Okay. We have a vacuum built in to our house, right? We're that level of rich. We have something where you attach a hose to the floorboard and it automatically sucks, right? So you don't need that. Now, the problem with that is you do have to grab the hose, you have to plug it in, you have to walk around the house. It's a very cumbersome idea.
It's way more inconvenient than the corded vacuum.
Well, I agree. But that being said, where would you if I get you a fucking wireless vacuum for Christmas?
Oh!
Don't ever make that face ever again. I would never stick my dick anywhere near you. So a cordless vacuum, though, Bree, is not going to allow you to vacuum the same way that the Mealy does. You understand that, right?
Wouldn't the Mealy cordless work the same way? I just need something that can pick up hair.
You're telling me they make a Mealy cordless the same one of our rolling vacuum?
just
But
as
it's
powerful.
expensive. That's why I was waiting for
What's
the sale.
expensive?
$1,500.
Nah, I don't think that's tough.
Wait,
Wait, you're saying-
I think if we wait until after Christmas, they would have an after Christmas sale because they put the really cheap models and the really expensive models on sale, but not the in between. And the in between is the range that I want.
Show me
we
where.
don't need. I don't know. I'm getting
Well-
hot talking about vacuums. Spicy.
Bree, look at my screen.
Hi. Hey, you want to scroll? Let's see. Cordless vacuum cleaners. Bam. Oh yeah. Give
Yeah,
it to
these
Mama.
are going to be shit.
You have
these
to look
are
for
dust-
the expensive one.
These are dust busters with an attachment.
There it is.
Then I go.
60 minutes plus 60 minutes runtime. That's 2 hours.
Up
Two
to.
batteries, probably.
That is a dust buster with an attachment. That's all that is.
But do you see the level of class that it has?
I don't give a shit how classy it is. Right? You can't compare this vacuum here, even their cheapest. Which one is the one we have? This one?
That one.
Or is it this one?
No.
I don't
think
remember
it's-
as being $600. I remember as being like $3,000.
They went down in cost because I think they tricked me on Black Friday because that vacuum was $1,500.
Yeah, they went
And
down
it
in
was
cost
on
because they're
sale.
probably not made in Germany anymore. They're probably made in the China lens. C3? Maybe one of these? I feel like we have one of these. Okay, whatever. We're not going to look at vacuums, though. I can tell you that much. So,
Some girls want expensive purses or jewelry.
see, now, if it would have been... Oh, well, look, I don't have a problem with that. If the vacuum was like the corded one that you had, they could do that. It wouldn't be difficult, right? We do have the 60 volts, 500 amp hour DeWalt batteries would be more than, I mean, you could power a table saw for 18 hours with that thing. So that would be adequate in a vacuum. I don't know. Then people have to buy battery packs and docking stations. I don't think people want that. They'd rather just plug it into a wall.
Yeah, I went down like a hole. So we'll ignore the vacuum situation. Today, Bree has held on to her news all week long waiting for this moment. I wanted to explode and just unload on you. But you people in Discord are not active, so it would have fallen on deaf ears. But here, you guys can't talk back, so I have your full attention. Yeah! Today, we're going to unravel some scams, some conspiracies. Ooh. And then we also have, when things go boom, someone gets paid, and then let's ban something and then give it away to someone else. And then, what's Christmas like in other countries? Oh, and today I have my new C4 drink, and it's amazing. It is a Jolly Rancher watermelon, and I recommend everyone to buy it. This isn't sponsored, but it's delicious, and I love it so much.
How much caffeine is in that thing again?
1.2 million.
Oh, okay. I was just...
It's not that bad. A little bit of sugar.
All right, let's start with the scam of the century.
To a Welch. She's getting into the crypto game.
Okay, y'all, drop your Solana wallets. I'm giving out some meme coins for free. Coming to you December 4th.
She recently released a meme coin and it's going just about as well as you would expect.
Calling it a meme coin, it's really not. It's just always a scam coin.
Millions of people have lost thousands of dollars, law firms are getting involved, and CoffeeZilla has already gotten into a heated argument with the founders online and is exposing the potential insider trading behind the scenes.
This is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the f are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
But how exactly did this all start? I thought Haley Welch was a beloved all-American sweetheart.
It is amazing that someone I mean, you can't, I don't know the rest of the story. I just want to point this out real quick as a content creator myself. It's amazing that when someone gets big, right, or they come out with a meme, that 15 minutes of fame, you have to harness that. You have to harness it and you have to snap, right? And she did that. She managed to do a lot of shit with that 15 minutes of fame. So with that being said, regardless of what she's done, she's bad baby, right? With the rapping. Catch Me Outside. How about that? If you can snatch that 15 minutes and harness it, good for you. All right.
And so few people are actually capable of harnessing it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
With a heart of gold. But ever since she started her podcast in partnership with Jake Paul and his sports betting company, Better, it seems like it's all gone downhill. Hello everyone, welcome back to The Asher Show, and if you're new, welcome. Haley the Hawk Tour Welch. She was an overnight sensation that has been riding her meme fame for way longer than you would expect.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk tour and spit on that thing, you get me?
But after recent events, people are saying she's on her 14th out of her 15 minutes of fame. Haley really wasted no time turning her vitality into a business. First with merchandise, then with concert appearances, and she has also trademarked a bunch of new business ventures that have yet to come out. But everyone probably knows her now for the podcast sensation that is Talk to Her, the #3 podcast in America for some.
Wait, what?
Yep, she's actually popular.
So this is not going to hurt her. This is going to help her.
Well, it could have hurt. I don't know, because
Go ahead.
she's popular not because of her. She's popular because of the people that she's interviewing. Eventually, that's going to run out.
No, that will never run out. That will last forever. That's Joe Rogan.
Okay, keep going. Then.
Yeah,
You're
Joe
right.
Rogan isn't who he is because of Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is who he is because of Fear Factor, because of
I love that.
UFC. Because, and I'm not saying that Joe Rogan didn't make that. It's just that, look at him now. It's all people that are popular. She's #3. Girl, you better ride that fucking train till those wheels fall off.
Yeah,
guests
Joe
like
Rogan,
Lana Del
Tucker
Rey,
Carlson, and her.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty wild.
Kanye West, and even Morbius. Well, Obviously not, but the majority of her podcast popularity comes from people either memeing or making jokes about how life-changing the
It's amazing how much a hater or haters can keep on making you bigger and bigger and bigger. Just keep doing it, bro. Just keep talking shit. Just keep talking.
Yes.
podcast is. Because realistically, if you listen to more than 5 minutes, you can tell that it isn't the greatest.
Hot too. Hot too. Hot too. Say it aggressive. Like hot really. Have you ever had to shit at a man's house?
Yeah, I just shit. I don't even try to hide it.
Okay.
Oh, but I forgot to mention who's funding this podcast venture. None other than Jake Paul. He's hosting the Talk To A podcast on his Better network. And Better is the sports betting website that he co-owns with Joey Levy. Betting isn't that bad, right? Well, not if it's better. Because this app has had nothing but bad press for the past few years. These are some of the things that people are saying about Better online. Stay away from Better Sportsbook. Scammers. Better won't pay out. Better changing predictions after I entered. Do not use Better online.
Let me pause that for a second. Coming from a person that bets online, they all change projections. All of them. DraftKings, Better, Hard Rock, they all do that. Okay, okay. Yeah, they all do that. Payout, yeah, some of them do that. I don't win much to experience the payout section.
It is a scam. Anyone else's account closed after winning big? And he shows that he won 3.4K and then Better closed his account. And if you live in Florida, you can't even use the app because
Yes.
they ceased operations. I don't know how I would feel about being sponsored
Stand by.
Sometimes I sprinkle when I tinkle.
by an alleged scam sports betting site.
Well, turns out it gets even better. Better Picks is offering a deposit match up to $200 and a free pick for all new users. So basically, if you put like $200,
I don't know about you. I'm gonna get dirty. Yes, it is combat. I'm gonna get dirty for a minute. She would be a terrible dick sucker. What I want you men to do real quick is just look at her lip, the styles of her lip. You see it? Yep. That's why she does that hawk tour and spit on that thing, because her mouth is not designed to suck dick. You see the corners of her? I swear to God, when you look at the corners of her mouth, that it is not a mouth for fucking. Like Bree, yours right now. Close your lips. Look, let me show you something. Let me teach you something. Let me teach all the people in here that don't get their dick sucked too often. Close your lips.
Hey.
Close them. See how wide it is at your widest point? Right? No. Don't smile. Don't smile. See how wide it is right here, and it doesn't curve up or go down? Right? So when a dick goes into your mouth, it's going to go wide. Hers will go up.
Yeah,
So,
and
like
the-
a
the-
smiling kind of thing?
no, the upper lip curls up. She doesn't
Yeah.
have an upper lip, and you get the teeth.
Yeah, yeah, you see that? That right there. I'm not saying she can't open it up big, but that's why she's spitting on things, because she can't swallow that thing. That's why you spit on it. Just get it out of your face. I feel you. I'm with you. I do the same shit.
then they match it. That's 400 right there. If you haven't downloaded Better
Do you see it? Yeah. No
Yes.
good. Okay. All right.
and started playing
stays
yet, do it
separate.
right
What's that?
It stays separate even when she closes
That's right.
her mouth.
Yeah, look at that little corner pocket she's got right there. That's a cum holder. It's like a little jug it's a shot glass for jizz.
now and get your deposit match. Throw that
Swallow that thing.
I feel like she could ride a mean penis though. I think of
She
her
might. I don't know, but she looks like
as
she has
a
downs.
Cowgirl. Like,
Look at her one eye. Look at her one eye. How low it is compared to the other one.
just don't look at that one.
Poor girl.
She has early onset Alzheimer's.
that thing in the lineup and let's get a ton of money this NFL season.
Every single one of her videos has a Better Picks sponsorship. This was actually going to be the main focus of the video today. Jake Paul, Better, and Talk To Her. That is until I went onto Twitter recently and noticed that Hawk To Her was trending. With the constant acceleration in fame, Haley decided to do what most influencers do for a get-rich-quick scheme, and she decided to launch a meme coin. A meme coin, kind of like Logan Paul's Dink Doink. A coin that plummeted.
Okay. I would put money in Dink Doink. I don't know what it is, but if you told me, Jay, you got $1 million worth of Dink.
My favorite one, to be honest. Dink Doink is so much more than a meme.
Oh no, it kicked them.
Oh no!
Oh no. Oh no. You know what it is? Every time, I know what it
Twitch.
is. Yep, it's Twitch. It cannot handle the okay, so we have moved over now. Let's do this. Hold on, close that thing. Yeah, it's Twitch, man.
How come Twitch kicks us out of the eCam?
It kicks me out too. I don't know. I don't know how
Cannot
it has
make
that
call.
capability.
It's something to do with Twitch. It's something because Twitch kicks and then kicks you guys.
That's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back over here. Sorry.
Okay, I
Continue.
gotta pull up the YouTubes.
Meme coin. It's a multimedia coin. Cartoon meets crypto. It's the blockchain, baby.
Now she's following in Logan Paul's footsteps and promoting her own meme coin.
Okay, y'all, drop your Solana wallets. I'm giving out some meme coins for free. Coming to you December 4th.
Launching December 4th, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Today's launch day. Woot woot. Hi, TMZ. Say hello to my community. My Hawk meme coin is live.
The Hawk coin launched, and like most rug pulls, it rapidly reached a market cap of over 500 mil within minutes, only to rapidly decline 90.
Ooh. Well, I guess if you go in hot, right? See, here's the thing with like day trading, right? You go in hot right when it launches and then dump when it peaks. But the thing is, you don't know when it's going to dump, right? So, yeah. But I don't know. If I put a penny in and it goes up to 100 million, I'm dipping. If I buy 100 worth and they're at a penny and it goes to 500, I'm out.
5% within the first 5 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
You got a minute. Go in, get out.
Exactly.
Haley,
You had 60 seconds to sell. 60 seconds, and then it
talk
plummeted.
to a girl. So I just bought your token, and I'm down about like $20,000 right now. Flip.
Well, it's not without risk. No matter who promotes it, you're just
Right. I mean, that's kind of on you, right? That's not on her. That's not on her.
Why would
It's
you
not on her.
Why would you put in 20K?
Well,
for something that's
if
that
I put
risky?
Because you get a
20,000
higher reward the more you
if
put
I
in.
if I put 20,000 in and then I sell it at 500 million, right? You do the math. That's a lot of cheddar I'm taking home. But that's in
I
1
get
minute.
that. But if
with
you
every
put that money
investment,
in, if you put that money in something that's established, like real crypto or whatever, that can fluctuate as well. But that's more established than some random chick putting out a coin that doesn't have any value.
you have less return on that.
Yeah, but this
gonna
is
take you
different. This is a meme coin. It's
Yeah.
a different form of currency.
It's like Dogecoin or Shabu Shabu.
Yeah, it's for people who don't day trade. For people who do not do normal crypto. Like, it's for first timers to experience what it's like, kind of thing.
Flip it around real
Then
quick.
again,
We take
with
a
an
look at this.
investment like that, with an investment
Chart.
like that, no matter what you do, you don't put in money that you can't lose. You put in the money you don't really care about, like excess.
So as you can see right here, I bought the token here around like $500 million market cap, and right now it's sitting at like 70 mil. And so I was just wondering if I could get like a refund for this, or like what the fuck is going on here? Because
Listen, Apple, I put I put 40 million into your stocks, and I really thought that I was gonna walk away with 45 million. You think you can refund me what I've lost?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry, Brie. Am I butchering it? You just want me to play the whole thing, or do you want us to commentate over it?
I'll commentate over it. Have
Okay.
fun.
this isn't really looking the best, and I kind of bought because I thought that you were gonna provide a lot of utility and stuff, and this bubble maps is the most egregious thing I've ever seen in my life, and so I was just wondering like what we're gonna do about this. And
You're gonna lose your money. That's what you're gonna do. That's what happened. You literally watched your money fall into the ground. There it is. That's
Go
that's
into
it.
the
Just for a refund, I knew he was an idiot.
I mean, that's kind of like going into a casino, losing money, and then
Be like, listen, I messed up. I did a
a
shot before I rolled the dice. Do you think that I can throw up back my shot and give me back my money that I put on the pass line? Like, one more time, do I get a second chance?
Because I
like,
really needed
plans
that
or
money to pay rent.
Ah,
something. So if you could just let me and everybody else know, that would be super chill.
Who could
let you know. That's called inside trading, right? So, okay.
have seen this coming? Definitely not Haley, somebody who probably just got involved for a big amount of money in exchange to use her.
No offense, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep interrupting, but when you do the same fucking thing, if you have an opportunity to make money like that, she's not a shill, right? She's out there using her popularity and she's doing it. If this dude, Mr. Asher Show, had this type of, you know, a pull or traction, you would do the same shit. Right, okay.
Her likeness and popularity to shill a coin. So what happened? Well, first you can see, according to this bubble maps, that 96% of the token holders are people who were directly involved in the coin. And they were the ones who allegedly pre-sold their coin before the launch had even begun. Then there is what people are calling the fee scam. Once the token goes live, in order to stop people from selling their tokens right off the bat, there's a high fee.
Yeah, this happens in day trading. Yeah. That's to stop people from coming in for a minute and then dumping it. That's why you have closeout times.
Fee scam, okay? When this launched, they had 15% fees on trading. They said that this was to stop snipers, but basically what this
You guys know what a sniper is, right? You go in, you come out.
means, and because the team now blames snipers for a lot of this rug pull, but what it means is they benefited the entire way. You can see in 24 hours, they made almost $2 million from this fee. Meanwhile, on Deck Screener, you can see the sniper, which is the #1 trader on this coin. They made about $1.3 million in their total profits and loss. So they actually made less in total profits, this sniper that ruined the project, than the team made on...
Get the fuck out of here, ruin the project. Come on.
Well, that's what they're saying. Like, that's what her side is saying, that it was Sniper's fault that this happened.
No, I get it. I understand what's happening.
After all this
for
happened,
those of you
Haley...
don't know, this guy, his name is CoffeeZilla, and he's one of like the most regarded crypto traders on YouTube. Like, people go to him for expert advice and knowledge, so he's like really involved, if you guys were curious.
quickly posted this onto her page to do damage control, and it's a copy and paste from what her team told her to say. Team hasn't sold one token, and not one KOL was given one free token. We tried to stop snipers as best we could through high fees in the start of the launch. Fees have now been dropped. To which was community noted and said the quote team and insiders have actually been selling their tokens since launch. A majority have never purchased anything and have only sold the tokens they were given. Haley is lying and will likely have to talk to a judge about this. People were even saying the Hawk token insider kept over 97% of the supply and are actively selling, and they show all of the sold tokens. This was all happening on the same day, December 4th, and the founders of the token even decided to host a Twitter Spaces to kind of clear the air and even promote the token some more. That is, until CoffeeZilla showed up and had a lot to say.
This is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever...
This video was pulled from YouTube. They pulled it because it was such a mess. CoffeeZilla recorded it and re-uploaded it. They didn't know who he was. So that's why they let him talk.
I know, like, I don't know about there's two people on here that I follow. Nick O'Neill and Finally.
Ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
There's so many expenses. Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteora pools, and that goes to, yes, the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that own? Who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project.
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
how much does Haley Welch own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
Coffeezilla.
I'm just trying to figure out who owns it.
You know how much it costs for lawyers?
No offense. Let them answer when you fire off questions like that. No offense. I'm just saying, right? Let's have a cordial conversation. Did you lose $1 million? Okay.
Fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors. You think this stuff pays for itself? You know, this is how you run a project forever, is you have to fund that. 2 days later.
So who made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Haley Welch make of that million, 1.8 million?
It's a foundation that is running this project.
How much does she own of it?
She owns 0 of the foundation.
So y'all made the money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation.
Brother, who profited? Over $1 million was just made.
A foundation that pays people out. And by the way, Coffeezilla, I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said.
After all that, he got muted and left the event. But others like FaZe Banks even chimed in, co-signing exactly what Coffeezilla's concerns were.
I'm going to talk to you directly. At the end of the day, your name was the poster child for the token. The whole Hawk Tua meme is used to market it and launch it. At the end of the day, when Coffeezilla makes a video about this, you're gonna be in the thumbnail, your name's gonna be in the title. To what Doc or whoever the fuck was saying earlier about traditional Web 2 influencers coming in the space and having a bad reputation in the space, it's for this reason exactly. It's because people enter the space like this with whoever guided you in this or whoever directed you to do this or gave you the advice to do this, you should fire them immediately.
Yeah, I just want to jump in here.
Yeah, I'm doing the best I can. Thank you, FaZe.
The rest of the conversation was a complete waste of time, as you can clearly hear.
I think when people realize that Haley's not going anywhere and the Hawk Tua meme's not going anywhere, and she's got a podcast and she's got all these verticals and she's doing all this cool stuff around it,
This is a random ad for Valorant for 15 seconds.
I thought Joe was gonna come.
It's short. It's really short.
One enemy remains.
It goes around the corner and then it ends.
Then Haley had enough and she went to bed.
Fees that are being generated, there's an actual
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
After the
sounds like Bart Simpson.
She sounds young as shit, don't she?
She does.
The Twitter space.
Is that even her?
Yeah, it's her.
Deleted the VOD because of how disastrous it was. But Coffeezilla started his own side discussion of events in another Twitter space to rehash what happened.
Their whole claim is we did not directly sell. But that is a very different thing from we profited the whole way while our fans got rugged, right? Which is what I'm basically saying, which is that they made money on the fees. They knew it was going to get sniped. They did it anyways. And then they pre-sold to these SAFT investors who know are going to sell. When you pre-sell a coin, it's just selling it before it goes live. So they have sold tokens, but they just pre-sold the tokens. And then the guys who got the pre-sale tokens dumped.
But we still don't know how much Haley Welch made off of this obvious rug pull. Well, that is until the entertainment lawyer that represents her decided to reach out to Coffeezilla in his DMs and answer a few questions.
They say she was paid in advance from a company to handle the token marketing dev launch of $125,000. That's the only money she's seen to date. If you have any specific questions, happy to answer. I said, what company was she paid by? What's the agreement? Did she see a cut of the pre-sale or fees from the liquidity pool? The best thing for my story is to get a copy of the agreement, of course. Christian replies, she was supposed to get 50% of net proceeds after payments of costs to third parties. Is that the 18 employees or whatever they have? I don't know. I don't know what costs they have, but 50% is a lot. They were supposed to be mutually approved between her and the company. All decisions regarding to allocation were supposed to be mutually approved. Those decisions haven't been made at this point. The goal would be to salvage the token for the holders and her true fans and do right by the community. That's not going to happen. I can't provide the actual contract, as you can imagine, but I'm happy to continue to be responsive. Your spaces and comments have been helpful, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate what you... Okay, we all know. They always say that, by the way. This guy does not appreciate what I do, I don't think.
Another influencer shilling another crypto coin and getting major backlash. People have already filed reports against Haley, others are advocating for her to be jailed, and all this because of another pump and dump. Thank you everyone for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and be sure to tune in next time.
So, before we start, I thought that was the most well-rounded video that I could find that covered the most amount of detail in the smallest amount of time. Because at first, it was a whole bunch of videos, and I was like, this isn't going to work. This is going to be silly. So, that's why I chose the video that I did.
Yeah, I said what I had to say during it. I think, you know, again, being somebody that just got all that fame and is now capitalizing off of that fame, I don't see anything wrong with it. Obviously,
the issue, though, is the insider trading portion.
I get that. And that's a risk you take.
But the
And
thing is,
stupidity of
how
people,
much is
right?
that?
Because there were stories of people, I invested my entire savings on it. That's on you. You sound stupid.
A lot of people said they invested their entire savings, and some of it is kind of depressing. Like, one dude was like, my whole life savings, and it was like 10 grand. And I was like, ooh. And he said that was my daughter's college fund. I was like, what college is she going to? Community? Like, 10K? That's not enough for college. Like,
It's apparently enough for food.
I think he's trying to garner sympathy, essentially. But I don't know if she can actually be in any legal trouble because technically it was pre-sold. It wasn't sold at the time. So I don't know if that's against any law.
Thing is, the scam, is that really her? I'm willing to bet she had nothing. She was just a face.
It's just
for
the
it, right?
face. Yeah, you're just the face for it. That's all that it is. You're just the face. You know?
You're dumb for
Can
falling
they come
for it. But
after you if you promote it? That I don't know.
I don't know, because I feel like she's just an idiot who's just like the poster child for certain stuff. You know, because people recognize her, they're using her likeness.
Yeah, but now the one guy talking about it being in the Cayman Islands. So are they doing that to avoid the U.S. trade laws?
I think so. And they also sent out, so on CoffeeZilla's video, which is way too long to put in here, he saw the press release thing that was sent to people who they sent the coin to in the pre-sale. And it says that this is not made for current traders. This is made for beginners or noobs on purpose because they knew that they would buy it at a high point and not know to sell it. So they think that like them putting that in an email is kind of acknowledging the fact that they were wrongdoing. I'm not exactly sure if that's illegal or not to say that it's meant for people who don't know any better, but that was their angle.
the fact that the money goes to a foundation that then pays people, that's also a giant
Trump
red
does.
flag.
Trump does no difference. There's no difference between what she does.
Taxes.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I feel bad for the people that lost all the money, you know, and the fees. But I would have got in and dipped after 2 minutes. Once it peaked, I'm out.
That was the thing. People didn't know that that's how it worked. People thought it was going to be like Bitcoin. They buy it, it goes up forever, and then it dips, and then it goes up forever. They didn't know it was like a buy-sell.
Right.
I wouldn't know that.
The 15%, that's a loss you're willing to take. Like you said, if you put in $1,000 and 2 minutes later, that's worth $100,000.
You're at $30,000. Okay, then you take a bet.
I'm willing to take the 15% hit on that.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, but she's in a lot of like videos right now, which is just going to make her more popular.
That's it.
And going to make her podcast more popular.
That's it. That's all you're doing. The more people don't understand this, you're going to get more. It's the same thing with negative reviews online. The more negative shit that you get, the more attention you get. Whether it be negative or good, you're still bringing people over. That's all it comes down to. You're the product. So you want to keep talking shit and my name keeps coming out of your mouth being shady, whatever. Thank you. Just keep talking. Just as long as my name is in your mouth.
There's no such thing as bad publicity, right?
No, there is absolutely not. No. I mean, it could raise certain attention to certain people in the trade parts of the government. But that being said, hey, ride that train.
Yeah, and if you think about it, that's exactly what CoffeeZilla's doing. Putting her name in the titles, making multiple videos about it, doing lives about it. He's doing the same thing she is, just in a different way.
No.
All right, what's the next? What do you got, Bree? Search for...
I hope you guys like that segment.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And I prefer to talk about it. Yeah, that was fine. Us doing a recap at the end. Yeah, that was fine.
The next one is CEO.
Got it. You ready?
Yeah. It's on YouTube, so it should be fine, right?
Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, no. Give me a second.
While Jay's setting it up, this is the most interesting conspiracy story that I have seen in a very long time. Just the amount of effort, planning, forethought, and afterthought involved, it cannot be one person. Like, no chance. And, like, I have so many random details about this that make it funny and also super dark at the same time. So that's where this story is.
Of United Healthcare CEO is stretching into a fifth day. NYPD is widening their search and have released new images of the suspect.
And the FBI has since joined in on the manhunt, along with other law enforcement agencies across the country, working to track down the man suspected of gunning down 50-year-old Brian Thompson. NYPD releasing new images of the person they believe shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. But officials are being careful not to release too many
I heard about this guy.
details about the person's identity.
Let him continue to believe he can hide behind a mask. We're going to reveal who he is, and we're going to bring him to justice.
Surveillance video capturing the chilling moment a shooter approached Thompson outside a Hilton hotel in Midtown Manhattan on Wednesday. The full video, too disturbing to air, shows the killer shooting Thompson multiple times. The brazen act of violence shaking New Yorkers and triggering a 5-day manhunt, which now includes the FBI.
This was a horrific incident in our city, and we want to make sure this person is removed off the streets of America, not only off the streets of New York.
The NYPD now believes the suspected shooter may have left New York City by interstate bus, and they're working with other law enforcement agencies across the country to track down the suspected killer.
We have video of him entering the Port Authority bus terminal. We don't have any video of him exiting.
Friday, police found the backpack the suspected shooter was possibly wearing during the attack in Central Park, but the gun was not inside. Saturday, NYPD divers scoured a body of water in Central Park hoping to find more clues. According to a law enforcement official, police are also trying to track down the bicycle the suspected shooter used to get away. Investigators also saying the newly discovered backpack contained Monopoly money, a sign authorities say the suspect may be taunting them. The FBI is currently offering a $50,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest.
Yeah, he's not gonna get arrested.
Of United.
So
I heard about this.
He wrote on the bullets, delay, deny, and I think defend. And those are the 3 bullets that he shot. And when he was doing that, since he wrote on them, I guess it didn't fit in the chamber correctly and it jammed. But he didn't freak out. He just adjusted the weapon and continued to go. Like, it didn't faze him at all. Like, the cops were like, what? And the crazy thing is that people are on this dude's side. They are not on the side of the CEO. The CEO is the same dude who tried to cap anesthesia and surgery, saying that you only need X amount of anesthesia and then you got to wake the patient up. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of an operation or any of that. Yep. And that was overturned within like 24 hours. Like, because this happened and a bunch of people freaked out. He also sold a whole bunch of stock at a particular time when it was very high, which made other people lose a significant amount of money. And all other companies that are affiliated with this health company have removed all pictures and information about people, like their CEOs, the policyholders, like the head people, to like kind of keep them out of it. He took they think that he took a bus and then he walked and then he went to Starbucks and then he did this and then he did that, but nobody can find him. The jacket that he is wearing is the top trending clothing that people are searching for because everyone wants his jacket. That's crazy. And people are holding look-alike contests all over New York at random times. So that way there's a whole bunch of people in one place wearing his exact clothing, sending the cops on a loose chase. And there is like a reward or something if you get the cops to look into the tip that you send in, like a fake tip that you send in. If they actually look into it, you get money from this random person. And there's an underground railroad situation also happening where if you actually see him, you're supposed to house him, clothe him, feed him, hide him, and transport him to the next place. And like, it is so crazy. Like, it's unbelievable, essentially. And nobody cares about the CEO. Ben Shapiro told his fans that it is bad to hate on someone who died. Fans of Ben Shapiro turned on him and said this guy was a money-hungry CEO and he deserved what happened. Like, everyone turned on him. Same for any other right-leaning creator who was standing with the CEO, like that he died, leave his family alone, all this stuff. Everyone's attacking anybody who supports the CEO who died.
Yeah, see, I've heard stories where they think that the dude was hired. Like, he's not a professional, like a hitman. He's just some dude that some other country hired because of something with one of the employees. But again, it's all speculation, right? The fact that in today's modern day with all the technology that someone can actually get away with this and you see his face with all the facial recognition, he has no social media, it has nothing. You can't find anything on this guy? Wow.
No, and what the scene, they found a water bottle that in a protein bar wrapper, and they are assuming that it is his. But someone who was talking about it said that unless there is specific footage showing him drinking from that bottle and putting that bottle down and staying in frame the entire time, then that evidence doesn't even matter. You can't tie somebody to that. It's just a water bottle on the street. And then his backpack being filled with Monopoly money, it took the NYPD 3 days to find. 3 days for them to find that backpack.
See, I think like a professional hitman in this type of situation where your best bet is to get somebody from a different country, right? Because this way they come in, they do it, they leave. Kind of like they do in Sopranos, where they hire Italians, they come in and then they leave.
First flight out.
That's it. So you're looking for somebody here, but they're clearly not here, and they're you know. Whatever.
But he's not going to be a total noob at it, right? Because he stayed calm when his weapon jammed. A person that knows nothing or has never done anything or doesn't have weapons training or whatever, they're going to fire. They're going to, it doesn't work anymore. They're going to panic. And nine chances out of 10, they're going to run. You don't stay calm and just fix it and then keep on doing or keep on going. That's not... I don't think that's the way.
Right? I would freak out. I would be like, Jay, I don't know what to do with this. And he'd be like, don't say my real name, Bree. And I'd be like, Jay, you said my name. And then we'd both be in trouble.
It is an interesting tactic, though, making it a social media thing. It's a genius way to hide in the crowd and to have people rally for you.
Yes,
Genius.
there are random events set up in random places, all wearing the same exact clothing and stuff that he wore just to mess with the police, which I think is obstruction of justice. In a
Oh,
way,
yes.
like, I feel like these people could get
Oh,
in trouble.
yes.
Like,
Oh, yes.
but New York has the most amount of cameras out of like any city, and this dude was able to avoid almost all of them. He's only on like 3 when he covered so much area, and he took public transportation. They think that he took a bus,
Bicycle.
changed clothes, walked, took a different bus, changed clothes, walked, took a bike. Like, they think that he took this like crazy route, but they have no idea because they can't find him. They can't even find
that sounds
records
like
of
a
him actually
professional.
taking the bus.
That sounds like
Yeah.
a professional. But I don't
Yeah,
think
but
he's in America
see,
anymore.
like a professional, you think he would have wore sunglasses? He would have covered up his face more. You know?
Oh, well, one of the pictures where his face isn't covered up is when he was doing pre-planning. He was at the hotel a couple days prior. Well, it wasn't a hotel, it's a hostel. Somewhere where you don't have to give an ID. And he was flirting with the receptionist, which is why he didn't have a mask on. Every other photo of him, he has a mask on his face. But he was trying to spit game, so he took it down and was like flirting with her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Next one.
Okay, let me get my notes.
Oh, ride crash.
No, that's not what I...
Oh,
The 310 is what you're talking about?
it says ride crash settlement.
Yeah, it's got to be this one. Okay.
Now, a story that broke hearts across the country. A 14-year-old middle school football player at an amusement park falling to his death from a thrill ride. Now, 2 years later, a jury has ordered the company that made the ride to pay the family more than $300 million. As Allison Hall reports, the ruling is bittersweet for the teen's family.
It's the last video of a 14-year-old who died in a horrifying amusement park accident. Tyree Sampson is getting his safety bar in place. Just moments later, he fell 70 feet to his death. Now the late teen's parents have been awarded $310 million from a jury who found the company that made the ride liable.
It was a bittersweet moment. The judgment was fair.
Tyree stood 6'5" and weighed 380 pounds. The family's attorney, Ben Crump, says height and weight restrictions were ignored at the park in Orlando. In the video of Tyree on the ride, which was played in court, you can see how he was struggling to fit in the seat.
Why didn't they have a seatbelt? It would only cost $22.
The company that manufactured the ride is located in Austria, and they didn't send a single representative to appear in court. The late teen's family sees that as a slap in the face.
They should have came and at least said, hey, we're sorry, we apologize. What can we do to make this thing better?
Tyree was a straight-A student and football standout. On the stand, his mother broke down describing what might have been.
He wouldn't even give a chance to live. He wouldn't even give a chance to do anything. They robbed me. They robbed him. They robbed us.
7 months after the accident, the amusement park tore down the ride.
Okay. So, they awarded each parent individually over $150 million each. Individually, for whatever reason. And what they said about the rides, like not caring about the weight, is actually incorrect. When it was originally reported on, Tyree, the kid, tried to get onto multiple rides, and at each ride, he was turned away for being too fat. Except this ride.
Oh.
This ride, yep. There was 4 other rides that he tried to get on that they said, no, you are exceeding the limits of this ride. We can't put you on here. This ride, the ride operators actually adjusted the seats, the things that are supposed to clamp down and hug you really tight. They made them looser for fat people. They adjusted the ride from its standard to accommodate the people that were coming to the park, which doesn't make any sense. They should not have done that. They also did not add seat belts to the ride. Seat belts for the entire ride only cost $600, and they opted out. $600, and this kid wouldn't have died. And so I think that it's a little nuts that they actually altered the way the ride was to accommodate fatties.
Well, I've been on rides before. Obviously, I've never been 6'5", whatever he was, 300 pounds. But I've been on rides before where your shoulders are a little bit too bulbous, and the straps that come down, they do have to. But the idea is you're supposed to be so tight in it that you can't move. You're not supposed to be loose at all, right? Like you are supposed to be secured in like a seatbelt when it extends. So, yeah, I mean, you see how big it is and how it's barely down all the way. Is the ride at fault? I don't know. I think the people but obviously you have insurance, and then the ride is going to be at fault because the person operating it should know the standards, the SOP for it.
But they sued the company that made the ride. They didn't sue the company.
No, I think they sued the park that the ride was at.
They sued both the ride maker and the park itself. The park itself actually settled out of court at an undisclosed amount with the family. The ride company didn't respond to anything.
So who awarded the 310? Who was the 310 coming from?
Austria.
Oh,
the
Austria.
People who made it. Yep.
Okay. Well, then the father's saying that they should have came by and say sorry. Here's your sorry. It's a $300 million check. That's your sorry.
I think that's a ridiculous amount of money.
And it is an absurd amount of money.
That's not fair.
May sound very harsh, but it's on him.
On the kid?
I think I believe that it's also in part of the kid's fault. The kid was being turned away from every single ride, and then he approached this one, and they were like, "Yeah, we could fit you." Like that should have been a hint. Hey, bro, you're too fat.
If that kid would have been mentally challenged, to say it nicely, and he doesn't know any better and gets onto the ride, but for him being smart, a straight A student, and everything that they claim, he should have known himself that he was too fat and too big to go on that ride safely.
Okay,
so
fine.
The minute he stepped on that ride, he took responsibility for his own life.
Right, but then, well, you do have people that are in charge of that to make sure that that does not happen, right? So that there is partial responsibility there, right? It's not just on him. While there is partial blame on him, they're not going to say that in court, right? It's just unacceptable to say something like that. No, he's dead.
We can't say nothing.
Right. So,
him dying
that
is
opens
actually
it up to
better.
all kinds of litigation, right? If a ride says you have to be at least 5 foot, or 5 foot and a half, and you're only 5 foot, and you get into the ride as well, you fall out, and then people sue you. No, you should have known better because you're not within the specifications of going on that ride.
And you could see in the video that it's actually really loose on him. Like, they said that he was struggling to fit. Everyone else, it's like this. And for him, it's like this.
He was 6'5", 380 pounds.
I mean...
Yep.
And 14 years old.
14, yeah.
That's a big
And then
dude.
if Fabrice says is right, then there were four previous attractions where they said, no, dude, you're too big or too heavy.
Yes, they're not mentioning that now, but they did mention it in the original things. He was turned away from various rides for his height and weight. He was dropped off by his cousin. He was turned away because he was too big. And this one ride, they allowed him to get on it, which was the Orlando Freefall.
So that also means you cannot claim, it was his first amusement park that he went into, and it was the first ride, he didn't know any better. Because if you get 4 rides that say, no, you're too big or too heavy, and you go on that 5th ride, you know you're too big and too heavy.
Yeah, and he was able to fall out because of gravity. Like, it wasn't held in like this. He was held in like this, which means there was a big enough opening. And as you know, fat moves around. Like, if you do a plank, all your fat will go to the front. If you lean back, all your fat will go to the back. So when he was going down, his fat went down, which made him thin enough to
Slide in between it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't agree with this.
No, I don't. Well, you guys have never been on the free fall type of ride, have you?
It is not fun. 0 out of
You
10.
go up, you don't go down.
You
When
go
the
up and then it drops.
No.
Yeah, but-
I get that, but when you're going down, you go up. You don't go down. When you're going down on a free fall, you go up. You don't go down.
You go like this.
Going back up.
Yeah, when you're dropping at that speed, you go up. You don't go down.
So when it ricocheted is when it jolted.
Yeah,
down.
probably when it did that second bounce, that's where he scooped out. Yeah, when you go down on a free fall, your shoulders hit those straps. Yeah, gravity.
Yeah, because
it's
like at
the opposite of what you're thinking.
Wildwood, it jolts up and then it jolts down and then it kind of settles. So
Did
when
it
it
slip out or did it pop?
It probably popped. I'm thinking it popped.
The
It was
ride
probably on
family
one,
was-
because when those come down, there's like little gears, like a little safety lever that. So it was probably on the first or second notch, which.
And it slipped out. Yeah.
I think that
And then
the
it got
park should
hit.
be held more liable than the ride maker, because the park is the one who.
Yeah, I don't think the
altered
ride maker should be responsible at all. I don't think the ride. Obviously, the lawyer's going to go after everybody. I don't think you should go after the ride. You go after the people that are there, which is the park, should hold more accountability. So if they got $310 million, how much did they get from the park?
Huh, I have no idea.
Another
I'm just
$50 million.
lost.
What are we sitting at the lottery here? I mean,
Yeah, I don't
Right, well,
understand
bigger-
why the ride maker is even held responsible at this.
Not.
If I give you specifications on how to use my machinery or whatever.
yeah,
and
whatever you
don't
do is
use
what
it the
you
way-
do.
Yes.
That's it. That's the end of the discussion. Like when I make this ride, Rolling Thunder, Scream Machine, whatever, Batman ride, when I give this to you, you now assume all responsibilities of this. You say this is good enough to go in my park. You're now responsible.
Yes, especially
That's the
if
end
you
of that.
alter stuff on it. If you
So
start
before-
altering it,
Yeah, before it was taken down, they actually had ride inspectors come in. The terribleness of this ride is crazy. Each seat was a different setting. Each seat had different torque to the bolts. Like whoever did it didn't have any actual
they don't
knowledge
check it.
of how seats work.
Yeah,
They
they
were
don't check
all
that shit
different.
either. Same thing in carnivals. You put it together, it looks like it works, and it's good. The maintenance on rides is
Terrible.
all right. What's the next one, Bray? I think we could do one more. Yeah, we could do one more. You want to do the parade, the Pope? Why do I have vacuums tab open?
Well, we have multiple things. We have Canada. I don't know if we could talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I was looking at it because that is talking about a country we cannot talk about.
Oh, okay.
Then my next one is I got is the parade, and then the Pope.
Yeah.
You want me to do the
Whichever
parade?
one. Well, do you want to do the parade or do you want to do Pope?
Let's do the parade.
This is what happens in Austria, and I think it's nuts. I just wanted to show everybody.
I cannot get this any closer. That is the closest we're gonna have to get. So it's gonna be shimmy to the right. Let's go.
How crazy is that?
nice.
That's how they
Wait a minute.
celebrate Christmas.
Okay. Okay. Are you trying to scare kids? Like, isn't Krampus bad? And my
Krampus is
God,
evil Santa.
Yeah, Krampus is not the same system as Santa Claus. It's not like, oh, if you've been good. No, Krampus is more of the dark side. Like, if you've been bad, he's gonna come and get you. It's
So they
not
do
the,
this
the
prank to
positive,
like instill fear.
the positive concurring.
Yeah.
Yo, their outfits were frightening. They were frightening as shit.
Yeah.
Right? If I looked out my window and I saw that, I'd freak out. Like, that's crazy. They go around the whole town. I think
Yeah.
it's to instill fear into children.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
should
guess
look
you could say
how
Krampus is
many,
more like the boogeyman.
how many
Go ahead.
people are in juvie. You should look at those numbers. I bet it's pretty low.
2.
No jolly guy with a red suit.
Wow.
With some fur on it and a reindeer. No.
So do they not show Santa in that situation? It's just Krampus?
Yep, and
Wow.
it's crazy how much effort goes into this. Like, you saw their costumes. You didn't see a single Skechers or a Nike or a wristwatch. Like, they are
Nope.
fully covered to look like creatures. That's nuts.
That's creepy. That's creepy shit.
That will work.
Okay,
Get
what's
it-
this last one,
Get them
Bray?
straight.
Vatican City. Okay.
The Pope got an upgrade, guys.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
It's a great honor for us today to hand over the Pope Mobile to the Holy Father. At Mercedes-Benz, we have almost 100 years tradition. The first car was handed over in 1930 to Pope Pius XI, but today for Pope Francis, we
Okay.
have something very special. It is the very first Pope Mobile that is fully electric, based upon the all-electric G-Class that we launched this year. But also on top of that, hundreds of hours of passion and craftsmanship has gone into this vehicle. The chair
Okay, that looks nice.
for His Holiness, of course, at the centerpiece, but every detail down to the crest or the little platforms that the Swiss guards can stand on at the back of the vehicle. The team that has built this car, they have thought of everything.
Wait, that stuff is open at the sides? Where's the bulletproof cage?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is the top has got some type of fiberglass or something
Yeah, it's
on
all
it.
bulletproof.
But not the sides. It looks like the sides are open, no?
Open.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
Oh, it's just that
really
clean?
clean. Yeah. It's just absurdly clean.
Am I the only one looking for like a little lift at the back of it?
Right? Because he's in a wheelchair. He's like, how am I supposed to use this, bro?
It doesn't come with a ramp.
Wow, that looks kind of nice. That red and white, bro. And that's on the house, or he paid for that?
On the house. They do it all the time. Every year, I think he gets a new Pope Mobile.
You don't see the glass on the sides. You see
Yeah,
the,
I know.
the,
That
the, the,
perfect.
the front,
Oh.
you can see the glass, but on the sides,
Are we sure that there's glass on the sides? Because it looks
Yeah.
like there's no glass.
and
Yeah,
there's
if you go-
handles. There's a rail to
If
hold
you
on
go
to
back,
as well.
you see the reflection. There was a certain part where he was talking in front of the car. You see the reflections on the glass. If you keep going. It was a sideways shot of the
But
vehicle.
Pius XI, 1930 to
Maybe it was forward. He was okay. I was
great honor for us
I
today.
used my keyboard like I
to
was
hand
about
over
to
the Pope
scroll and
Mobile.
skim the video. Maybe it was more towards the end when they're taking pictures. You see the reflection.
Or we could do this.
Oh, they can take it off. They can remove the side panels.
Also, there is side panels then.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that picture there are none, but it does go on.
Oh, so maybe the pictures were taken when it was on and when it was off, because you see like the crowd reflecting in the glass. That's cool.
And then afterwards, probably because people can look into this thing or whatever, then they don't have the glass in front of their faces or something like that. Yeah.
Why doesn't Trump have one of these?
Well, Trump's got
beef, right?
Yeah, he's got something a whole lot better than that.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be cool? Like if he just traveled around in a solo chair, like.
It's so
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh my gosh, Jay.
Yeah.
I don't have the article right now, but Trump is actually doing something super cool. He is making it easier for people from other countries to come to the US. He says that he's going to make it more open for people who want to come here legally. He said that he's gotten letters from people who've been trying for 10 years to enter this country that can't, while the illegals just walk across the border. So he said that he's going to bring it down to where it's a test about America, like about our culture, about our language, and speaking.
Jordan has no excitement level right now. You would think that Jordan would be like a 50 right now, but
and speaking clean English. He's going to make it easier for those people who actually want to be citizens. He said that he's tired of people crossing the border illegally, being here for 8 years and not even knowing English. He said that people who learn English, learn about the country, deserve to be a part of this country, and he's going to make it just a test for them to enter.
Start hitting the books and start writing letters.
Don't hit the books, just talk to me. Like, I could give you all the history you need on America.
To me, that sounds like no more lottery.
Yeah.
Is he still on X? I'm gonna hit him up.
Where did you read this at?
This morning, it was just talked about. Look up what's it called when you're born, like, so say Mexicans come here, they have a baby, it's a naturalized citizen. That's not a thing anymore. If you have a kid here, it's yours and it's still part of Mexico. That's what they're nixing.
Wow.
It's in that kind of article. Because I was reading about that, because naturalized citizenship was guaranteed in America. He's undoing that because people are abusing it and having a kid here and then trying to stay. So he's removing the citizenship.
Yeah, because the kid is then a U.S. citizen, and then the
He
parents...
plans to deport millions of undocumented immigrants and try to end birthright. He hasn't done it. He's going to try to do
he's
it.
going to, yeah.
And he said the pardons for January 6 rioters will happen on day one, arguing many have endured only harsh treatment in prison. I do not
So do you think writing a letter, Jordan writing a letter, could be
Well, I
helpful
still
in
have it
that?
open. I just gotta find the tab. I closed the tab. Trump citizenship.
Immigration. The interview covered a range of topics on which he continued to keep the pace. Many of those things I happen to agree with. Federal minimum wage. Oh, thank you, Mike T.
Political tool above the law. It's in this article somewhere. I'm just trying to find exactly where it is because I only opened up one.
An exception might be the dreamers, people who are brought to the U.S. illegally as children and have lived there for years. He voiced openness towards a legislative solution that would allow them to remain in the country. I'll work with the Democrats on a plan, he said, praising dreamers who have gotten good jobs, started business, and become successful residents. We're going to have to do something with them. He also intends to eliminate birthright citizenship, the protection enshrined in the 14th Amendment that guarantees citizenship to anyone born on the U.S. soil, regardless of the... Oh, wow, you're trying to remove an amendment. I thought we don't like when people do that.
It's going to take a while.
Asked about the likelihood of doing so, unliterally face legal opposition, Trump said he would consider amending the Constitution. I want to see what you're saying about the test, Bray.
And we have to wait to January until he gets into office, right? We can't speed that process up anyway. Biden isn't doing anything.
Not doing anything he should be doing.
Well,
He's doing everything he shouldn't be doing.
He's in Brazil. He's just hanging out.
Looking at the monkeys wandering off in the jungle. No, he's no longer in Brazil, right?
If he's doing that, he can't do anything else. So that's a good thing.
Maybe him getting lost in the jungle isn't a bad thing. Well,
yeah, but then he has certain moments where he sounds... You can't tell me when he was wearing that MAGA hat, he didn't... He seemed like a different person.
yeah.
It is so hard to find, but I swear it's in there.
That's all right.
Well,
All right. Well, that was a good stream. I enjoyed that stream. It was good. I think we're just gonna have to move over to YouTube for these because we don't. For some reason, we multi-stream. We get disconnected.
So ever since we talked about a certain person, that all of a sudden it glitches out every time.
Yeah, I'll just enable memberships on the channel, and I guess we'll just move over to there for this because there's. If that's gonna happen every time, it just messes up the stream.
Yeah, so the TLDR of the article I read was that people who come here illegally take citizenship for granted, and people who actually try deserve to be in America. And that's why he's going to make those easier to come in legally and make it harder to
Come in or stay in?
stay in, like become citizens.
Right, so
he said
he-
that you need
he
to
has
know
to-
proper English.
Right, but he has to get here first to do that.
Well, instead of like a lottery, it's a test that you take, and if you pass the test, you get in. That's what he said. I just cannot find it right now. There's way too many articles.
Jordan,
'cause
we
he
will
said a
study.
whole bunch of other nonsense.
We will
during
study
this talk.
day in and day out. I don't give a shit how much you're falling asleep. Get some coffee, get some whiskey. Let's throw it down. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. There's some other things.
He brought up a good point, because there are people who live in this country who do not know how to speak English. And they've been here for how long?
I mean, speaking for myself, I had a couple of Uber rides, and it's like, you're here? Really?
This is the best you got.
Look, I know my English isn't that great, but I can understand you, and you're living here. For years.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys on the next one. Any final thoughts? Nothing? We're good. Okay.
Nothing. Have a great day.
Nothing but positivity.